Good morning, good morning. It's 2:54 a.m. as usual, on my way to my favorite destination. My favorite destination is home with my family, but my favorite destination at 3 o'clock in the morning is this gym to get this workout. I'm aware of a couple things throughout my day, people-wise. That's kids, that's women, that's elders. And I was sitting at a Starbucks yesterday. I was doing my work. Obviously, I adopt Starbucks as my office because there's a lot of them. So I can go there. They have Wi-Fi, and my business happens to be online. So it makes sense. And I'm sitting there doing my work, and you can always tell when somebody needs help. It's natural. You can tell. This little old lady was sitting there. I don't want to say what I think her age was, but she's definitely my elder. And you could tell she mumbled something that got my attention because she mumbled it and she looked at me at the same time. I wasn't going to ignore her, so I politely took my headset off and I said, is there something that I can help you with? And she says, yeah. She says, I can't seem to get the Wi-Fi to work. And it just says will not connect to network. So, okay. I didn't hesitate. I got up. Instead of telling her what to do, I walked around to her computer, took it, and started working on it. It took me about maybe 30 seconds. But as I'm sitting there getting this turned on for her, and, you know, she says, yeah, I don't know why it won't work for me. And I said, well, I remember a time when I didn't know how to use this thing either, so I completely understand it happens. And she says, yeah, I just wish I had a little bit more knowledge of that. I said, I get that, but things happen, and it's okay. We're gonna get you up and running. I've had the same problem before. What stood out to me most about that whole conversation was she wasn't too proud to ask for help. She didn't wait too long to get that help. There's two things that stood out to me. One is she was old enough to know she needed help. She was wise enough to know she needed to ask for the help. And she also knew that she didn't have a whole lot of time to be wasting on something she didn't understand. I struggle with the majority of those things. I don't like to ask for help. And the funny thing is, lately I've been doing it a lot more because I know that asking for help is just as necessary as rendering help. I don't like to feel like I'm stupid, like I don't get it. Like, why don't I know this? Why do I need somebody to tell me this? And working with that elder taught me a valuable lesson. And that is, if she can ask, and she's lived more moons than me, seen more than me, probably done more than me, and she can still find herself in a humble position to ask, so can I. I've worked with so many people in real estate, mainly buyers, who are scared to expose their position, so they sit quietly in desperation. And that, let me tell you something, that's sad. It's not sad that you feel that way. It's sad that whatever's inside could potentially be helped if you just said something out loud to anybody. And they won't talk about the bankruptcy, the divorce, the credit potentially not being the best. They won't talk about the potential job loss. They won't. And I've done that too. I've been in a position where if I had just asked the question, it would have fixed everything. I don't know how many times I've literally been in a situation, had I had just asked the question, would have resolved it. And how many times that I didn't ask the question, that it literally cost my family. I mean, literally. And I get it. There's nothing that's going to resolve that. There's nothing that's going to stop that from being an issue other than coming to a point in your life where you understand that asking a question to a problem that you have or you don't understand is necessary. Because we don't have all the answers. We don't know everything. And it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to say, I don't know. I get it. I get it. I really get it. I love my business because it allows me, when I get to talk to somebody like that, to say, hey, I get it. I loved helping that lady because it gave me an opportunity to say, I get it. Hey, me too. Me too. Hey, I'm one of them too. It's nice to meet you. So not everybody in this world knows everything. Whoa. Not every... Okay, good. Because if you're walking around with the mindset that you think you need to know everything, well, your time to die is now. Because the fact is once you know or think you've accumulated all information, then what use is living life? But once again, I understand. I get it. I get it. Yeah. Because I'm one of those too. I don't get it all. I don't understand it all. I don't know it all. I get it. It's a wonderful thing. But once you get it, and once you understand you don't know it all, that moment when you're unsure, that moment, not an hour later, not a month later, not a week later, not 10 days later, but that moment when you know you don't know it all, you need to get on social media, you need to pick up the phone, you need to call somebody, you need to text them and say, I got a question I need to answer to. Will you help me? Will you help me? I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer. And rather than me sit here acting like I do, I need some help. Will you help me? People were killing a lot of time in life by doing a bunch of unnecessary things. If a lady that's damn near 70, 80 years old can ask for help, and in her mind, she might say, what this little young punk know? If she can find herself in this day and age trying to flip on her old compact Presario computer and hook it to 2018 Wi-Fi, and she can ask a 1978 generation, then don't ever think you're too big to position yourself to ask the question that will get you further in life. Don't be a sucker, because only suckers act like they know everything. And for too long, I acted like a sucker. I acted like I knew everything. And that hurt